What is going on, everybody? Good evening, hello, and welcome back to the Xbox Live Party Podcast UK, episode 28 tonight. And my God, what a fucking week it's been. Lots to talk about. This one's probably going to go on a bit longer than what they usually do. But joining me tonight, I'm a Ghostbuster, we have the Resident Letdown, TheGinnaGaming, and we have Destiny 2 and PS5 Shield, Old Man Gamer. How is it going, gentlemen? How is your week going? What have you been up to? What have you been playing? All that fun stuff. Ash, you can go first.
It's been a good week. Watched the Queen's funeral yesterday. Enjoyed it. Not in a enjoyed that she was dead, but it was nice to watch. Put it on for kids. Kids were like, "Is it finished yet?" No, kids. It's fucking 7 hours long, but we got there in the end.
Did you not put the emoji on Channel 5?
No,
instead?
I didn't. No, and I said this on Twitter. They missed a trick. I mean, yeah, I get let's not do that programming, but they should have had Flushed Away because there's a bit of royalty in there. Should have had Queen's Corgi because it's Queen's funeral, and then they should have had Minions because there's Queen in that as well. They missed a trick theming it all. Instead, they had emoji. I think it was followed by Stuart Little or something like that. No one wants to watch Stuart Little anymore. Game-wise, what have I been playing? Ni no Kuni. Now the Xbox gods have graced us with it on our system. I've been playing that. I put about 6 hours in so far. Quite enjoying it. It's all right. It looks great at times and looks weird at other times, but I'm quite enjoying that. I've been playing Last Beat Enhanced. A review has gone up recently, probably in the last hour, onto the YouTube channel. Like an 8-bit sort of Double Dragon clone sort of game. That's quite fun. But other than that, like I say, I've mainly played that Ni no Kuni, played a couple of games for reviews, but haven't played much else. I've just sort of been focusing on like one game at a time at the moment. So highly recommend Ni no Kuni if you've got Game Pass, though. Definitely check it out. Not shilling.
Jenna, what have you been up to? Sorry, I'm choking on a fucking cookie.
Disappointed us all.
I did notice you were choking, but I didn't want to help. I wanted to wait and watch you struggle first. Yeah, what have you been playing? First, I want to say hi to everyone in chat because my phone screen is broken to shit, so I can't quite message more than hello, people. So it's easier for me just to say, hi everyone. I've been playing a game called Paddles, which I'll be reviewing tomorrow. Ash is very excited for my review.
I'm excited
for
that.
Quite fun.
I'm really looking forward
to it.
It's
quite a fun little game, in fairness. It's a little indie game. It's like those block breaker games, but instead of it being we break blocks at the top, you have a goal, and it's 4 players, and you're playing against AI and stuff, and you're all trying to hit these balls into each other's goals against each other, and then it bounces, but then more balls keep coming and coming the longer the game goes on. It starts off quite chill, and you're like, this is easy, and then it gets really hard, and then there's ones where the map is rotating whilst you're playing, so you're here, but you've got to keep an eye on you and the balls at the same time. And then there's ones where you things over. Yeah, it's confusing. It gets a bit crazy, but yeah, fun little game. Fortnite Season 4 is out. I'm not sure if you guys heard. Everything is chromed up. It's fun to play. It's fantastic. I'm enjoying it. They've got a sniper in there, which is headshot kill, so I'm loving that at the moment. I've got a video I put up earlier where I felt quite bad afterwards, where I watched this guy run for ages, and as soon as he started opening a chest, I waited for the chest to open, then shot him in the head. So just waited for him, and all this, it was an epic chest as well, so it was all rare stuff. And I waited for him. He must have been so happy when he saw what popped out of it, and I just blew his brains out, bless him. And yeah, I'm looking to get back streaming more. I found my splitter and my capture card in my fruit bowl, so we can finally get back to doing some stuff.
It'll be ill tomorrow. You wait and see.
Yeah, tomorrow it'll be broken. I haven't used OBS for a while, so it'll catch me in 4 frames, 480p tomorrow morning.
With malaria.
And that's about it. I want to play Metal Hellsinger. I love the demo. I banged on about that game for ages. It's come out and I haven't touched it because I've just been too busy.
Have any of you played that other demo? Is it Wolong or Wulong?
No, I haven't touched it yet.
No.
I want to try it, like I say.
Chinese Demon Souls, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you play the demo, you get a helmet in the full game, so it's worth playing. Shout out to anyone who hasn't played it yet.
BMG, what have you been playing? Destiny 2? Cool.
Well, first of all, rest in peace, Queenie, and God save the King, and all that. And what have I been playing? I've been mixing between a few things actually. I think I'm going through a bit of one of them lull periods where I start playing something, then get fed up and jump to something else, get fed up and jump to something else. I'm actually getting ready to start playing Quantum Break again. I want to do
Great game.
a run through to that. I think I got towards the end, and then my Xbox One I don't know what was going on, but
It melted.
It was just issues, weren't playing right, and I never kind of came back to it. But it does have the auto HDR patch, not an FPS boost, but auto HDR will do. So I've got that downloaded ready, as well as a bit of Destiny that I haven't played yet, but I need to do my seasonal content, of course. Got to get them weeklies in. And over on the PlayStation side, I've been playing Horizon Forbidden West.
Nice.
Part way through that. Good game, enjoyable. Could use the DualSense features a bit more, but it's all right. And the best game on the planet that we don't need a sequel to, Grand Theft Auto 5. I've been playing a bit of the PS5 version of that.
Nice.
And that's about it. But next month, I want to get through God of War, ready for Ragnarok coming out in November.
And if you like PlayStation, keep an eye on the channel.
Yes. Definitely keep an eye on the channel.
One game I forgot to mention, actually, I've been playing, and probably some of you have tried. You Suck at Parking.
I haven't played that yet. It looks good, though.
I was never
It's
good at
really
Micro
good.
Machines, so I've been kind of putting it off. But I am going to get around to playing it at some point.
Really good fun. It has one problem. It's got an online multiplayer, and they sell the game about how much fun it is, you and your mates blowing each other up. There's no party mode. You can't actually play the game with your friends. That's coming in a later patch.
That's handy.
Because I got all my mates to download it before it came out, and we were looking at it like, oh, this is going to be great fun. We'll blast this. All downloaded it. It came out. It's like, oh yeah, you can't play together. So put that on the back burner again.
Bit shit.
But no, really good.
So, what have I been playing this week? Shit. I've been playing Metal Hellsinger. My god, that game is fucking amazing. Really enjoyed it. 1K'd it. Takes about 10 to 15 hours to get the full 1,000 gamer score. I was actually really surprised by the names, the vocalists. They got a lot of really awesome vocalists. Tatiana from Ginger. Brandy Blythe from Lamb of God. Alyssa White Glaz from Arch Enemy. A really fucking solid lineup. Music in it is incredible. I love the having to kill enemies on the beat, because that's actually quite hard. It's quite tricky. It's easy when you're playing Doom, you just run around and just, obliterate shit willy-nilly, but to do it on the beat is quite tricky. But no, thoroughly enjoyed that game. If you haven't played it yet, go and check it out. It's on Game Pass. What else have I been playing? I finished Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm up to date on that now after 220 hours, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
And there's more to come, boy. There's more to come.
What else have I been playing? Played a bit of Saints Row the Third. Gone back to that. I had to restart it though. I got 2 hours in and had to restart it because you can't replay the missions once they're done, and there's loads of missable achievements in that game. So I've had to go back and start over again. But that's about all I've been playing really. Watched Queenie's funeral. It's alright. Thought it was a bit depressing. It wasn't as good as Princess Diana's funeral.
No clowns are out, were they? Disappointing.
Yeah, no Elton John. I was thoroughly let down. I honestly thought it was getting Elton John candle in the wind.
Why would Elton John come out though?
Why was he at fucking Princess Diana's? He still popped up and gave her a fucking song, didn't he? I thought he was going to show up.
No, but he's not going to play the Princess Diana song at the Queen's funeral.
Why not? He changed
the Queen and Charles hated Elton John. They hated him.
Bit harsh.
He was best friends with Diana.
Shocking.
So
yeah, I watched the funeral.
BFFs.
That was alright. That's about it really. That's all I've really done this week. It's been a bit of a quiet one.
Have any of you watched the Cyberpunk anime? Yeah.
No, not yet. I keep meaning to get around to watching it. I've got it.
Good. I haven't finished it. I'm on episode 7.
Is there English dubs? Is there English voiceovers?
Yeah, it's English dubbed. I only watch English unless I really, really have to.
I can't do subtitles.
But the dub's really good. It looks fantastic. It's like fast pace. It's got a lot of world building, really interesting characters, lots of nudity, sex, and
Nice.
like murder and drugs. It's great. It's just it reminds me. It's got a look of some of the Animatrix minis, the more like artsy ones where the head's like off and stuff like that.
Did you say that
Lots
it
of-
inspired you to go back and play the game?
Well, I've never played the game. I bought it
mate,
when it was
it's so
super
good.
cheap. I got it for like £8 or £10 on sale.
Yeah.
So I've had it sat, but I actually now want to go and actually play the game properly because that anime is so good. Have you seen on Steam? It's like it's highest it's ever been since release on Steam. Like
yeah. The anime's
85,000
driven a lot of
at
player
once
base.
or something like that. But I don't. It may suck at the end. Like I say, I'm a few episodes away from the end. I may end up putting it on after the show. But yeah, really good so far. Really good anime. Hope
Nice.
they
It's on
do
Netflix,
continue it, even if it's with different characters and stuff like that. So.
I'll tell you what, man. Cyberpunk is the best game you've never played.
Oh, I don't
So
know.
good.
There's a lot of games I've
So
never
good.
played.
Cyberpunk has the best dick physics ever.
Does
Does it though?
you
Because
can rock a
Conan
pretty
Exiles
impressive dong in
You
that
can
game?
has
whap that bad
pretty
boy left
impressive
and
dong
right,
physics.
making it big and small as much as you want. And if you
Right.
like ball physics, Red Dead Redemption 2. You want
For the
ball
horses.
physics. Yeah, if you want them just to sway just right and tense at the right moments, that's your game.
Anyway,
It's important stuff. People need to know this, you know?
so before
it's
we
all
get
about.
into topics, let's give a shout out to Anime Raza, Thimba, Masuko, Logic, Muppet. Who else is here? That's it.
Me.
Guy called
BmG.
BmG. I don't know.
He's not
Some
important.
weirdo called BMG in chat.
Yeah, BMG, isn't he that music producer?
Yeah,
Apparently, yeah.
He is apparently.
He's supposed to be here as
Yeah.
a special guest, isn't he, today?
Bastards.
Yeah.
They let us down.
Where's
They
it?
let us down.
Disappointed. Disappointed.
Just like Elon Musk when I invited him and he didn't turn up.
Yeah, big shout out to
Oh,
you guys
Melinda Messenger.
for tuning in and hanging out with us. We always appreciate you being here. Right, let's find some topics. Got fucking
Before you do,
loads.
Red, is Saints Row 3 the one where you jump out the helicopter into the pool party and Power by Kanye West is playing one of the missions?
I think so, yeah.
That is one of the best missions ever put into a
Yeah.
game. It is fantastic. And the bit where you're driving across the city to save that girl and the song I Need a Hero's
Yeah.
playing.
That's three.
Oh.
That got me into that
So
song.
good.
And it's just, if you take forever, it repeats like 7 times. But it
Yeah.
keeps going. It's such a, yeah. My
Those
missus
two
hates me
missions.
singing it all the time when I'm playing, yeah.
There was an
Isn't that the one as well where you save Hulk Hogan from like a GIMP sort of party and you're
don't know.
riding off on a chariot while GIMPs on chariots chase you? Something
Yes.
like that.
Yeah,
Burt
I remember the
Burt
Gimp
Reynolds is the
chariot.
mayor and you can call him up and he just fucking shows up. It's
But-
amazing.
Saints Row 3 and 4 are my favourite ones, I think. Re-elected.
2 and 3, I
Re-elected.
think, were mine. I've never got into 4. I started it and I was just like, it's a bit rubbish this. So
I
maybe
like-
I'll give it another go.
The opening scene where the president is running to stop the missile, and I don't want to
Yeah.
miss a thing plays. My God, I was fucking dying with laughter the first time I played that mission. So good. That's what it should have been, you know? That's what the reboot should have been. I don't know why they've decided to go Saints Woke instead of Saints Row.
I don't think you get away with it as much. People get offended by everything nowadays.
Ridiculous,
So
isn't it? Absolutely
More
ridiculous.
more people are offended they changed it than would have been if they just released it with the jokes they would
probably, yeah, probably. But
Like,
I understand why they thought let's not do that. But
Cancer
it
culture
just
is
isn't
getting
as
really
good.
bad, though, isn't it? It's getting really fucking bad. I mean, this nonsense with Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield about jumping the queue at the Queen's fucking line in state. The amount of backlash they've taken for that.
Oh, they deserve it though. They
No,
shouldn't have
they
jumped.
don't deserve it. They didn't jump the queue. They were working the event. They had.
matter.
No, they went before they got on TV.
They were.
They
No,
should
they
still
were.
after
actually-
work, like
They were
everyone else.
recording
They
They were
still-
recording an episode for today's show. The Today's show after the
Tough.
funeral. They were doing a fucking presentation. Internet's
Still
gone
going
You
after
tell her,
them.
BMG.
If you've been stood in that line for
Yeah.
20 plus hours, and because they're media, they jump to the front after jumping.
Well, yeah,
out
because
their nice
they
warm
weren't
car.
there on a
can
civilian
don't get
capacity. They were there on a business
Uh,
capacity. They were doing their
David
job.
Beckham stood in that queue for 12 hours.
But David
He could have
Beckham
come to
isn't
the front
presenting
if
a
he
fucking
wanted.
show, is he?
But
Yeah,
David
come on,
Beckham's a close mate. You know, they filmed adverts together. She knighted him, everything. You know.
I tell you what, if I knew where either of them two lived, I'd go and piss through the letterboxes. Just saying.
To be fair, though, Philip Schofield would probably like that.
Did you
So-
see that shit today about Bear Grylls? Bear Grylls has apologized for appearing cheery at the Queen's funeral. What the fuck is that about?
Is he smiling and that?
Who
He
cares?
waved and smiled at camera before he went in.
But who
To be
cares?
fair,
Where? As he went out.
I said to my wife, says, wouldn't it have been funny if like Harry or something had put one of them voice boxes inside the coffin and started going,
I'm not dead yet. Help, help.
Get off my
throne, Charles!
I've said to my miss, I'm going to put that in my will. Have you ever seen the film Toys?
Yeah.
And there's like the
Long
laughter.
time ago.
I want that, but I also want like a bang in my coffin, like it shakes underground or something. As they come back, yeah, oh,
Right.
bang, bang, bang. But it only goes off at certain times, so when there's all fogies in graveyard and shit, get shit out of them.
Can't help but feel we've gone off topic
We
again.
have gone slightly off topic into quite dangerous territory as well. Right.
Watch
Let's
Toys, it's a good film.
It is great. Is that the Robin Williams one? Yeah.
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 It's not a good film, it's shit, but it's
It
so
is
good.
shit, but it's cult classic.
Is it got LL Cool J in there?
He like ninjas up against the wall. And he's like
That's it.
stood there in all the.
Yeah. I knew I wasn't going mad.
It's got Jessie from Toy Story, the person who does the voice of Jessie, is his sister, but she's a robot.
Of course.
All right. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
All right. Let's get into the biggest news out of this weekend. Oh my god, it is big news as well. The Rockstar servers got hacked. I'm not going to give the hacker's name. He doesn't deserve that kind of recognition.
I've not heard about this. What are you on about? It's not
You're
big
up.
news.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, Rockstar servers got hacked, and 90 clips showing an early development build of GTA 6 have made it online. Rockstar have since come out and said that they were very disappointed that the clips had to come out this way, and yeah, it's not going to be a pleasant ending for the guy who's done it. By the sounds of it, FBI's on the case. I think he's going to be facing some serious jail time if they ever.
Did you see that thing about the source code? Apparently, he was trying to sell the source code for GTA 5.
Apparently, he sold it.
No. Someone bought, spent 100,000 or something on it. Turns out it wasn't him that was selling it, and he's like, "That's not me." So someone's bought nothing basically. So someone else has jumped in on this scam already. This hack has scammed someone on like a crypto site to buy some source code they didn't even have in the first place. And I'm just like, shouldn't have bought it on a crypto site. So, but yeah, it sucks. It sucks when stuff gets released early, especially with everyone kicking off and moaning about how shit it looks like. It's fucking hell. It's from like 4 years ago. It's people. Do you not realize, like, when you make a game, you don't do the graphics first. You do them last. When when the coding's done, when the AI's done, when everything's been built and stuff like that, you make it look nice right at the end because that's easier to do, but more of a hassle to change. Do you know what I mean?
Did you guys watch some of it or see any of it?
Yeah,
I watched a couple of videos. I wasn't that bothered to. I don't like spoiling it.
She's packing a lot of junk in her trunk, isn't she? Jesus.
She split opinions real down the middle. There was half the internet going, "Oh my god, we're playing as a woman," and the other half were like, "Yeah, I'm alright with this." Yeah,
I've got no issues playing with the woman. But the first thing I noticed was she's got a massive ass.
She does.
Like,
Yeah.
massive ass.
She's got a lot, like she had a balls or something.
But there are some of the videos where you have the male protagonist as well.
Yeah.
I liked it. I didn't think it looked that bad.
Look better than Saints Row.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
To be honest, it just looked like more Grand Theft Auto.
It did.
You know,
you can kind of tell that it's in Vice City. That's what I liked about it. Without like looking at all the obvious shit, it does look like
it said Vice City on the side.
Yeah, without seeing like the Vice City on the side of the fucking police cars and shit. It does actually.
There was
look
a bit
like
that looked. The bit I've seen though, I haven't watched a lot. I hate seeing early build stuff because it sort of either changes completely or you get expectations or it ruins expectations. But there was a bit that showed off like a strip, and they compared it to the original Vice City, and it looked amazing compared. Like I say, so
yeah, it does look good. What I saw, I was really impressed. Well, when I first looked at it, I thought if this isn't legit, it's a very, very impressive fake.
Yeah.
They have come out and said it won't delay the development anymore, though, which is good.
Yeah, Yeah, it's not.
So-
'Cause it is an old build that got leaked. It's a 2019 build, I believe. So that's what 4 years ago.
Yeah. But they
So-
have identified who the hacker is, haven't they?
I
And
think
know-
they have.
They think they have, and
Yeah.
they think he's here in the UK. So
No, I don't think that's what was said. The guy in the UK
not?
was responsible for hacking Microsoft and
Yeah, it's the same
somebody
person
else.
apparently.
yeah, he
But
also
this-
hacked
Yeah,
Uber
same
as
guy.
well.
Oh, is it actually
Yeah.
the same guy? Because I remember the bit
Apparently,
I read.
yeah.
They went off on
Apparently,
another
other
tangent
hackers have hacked him to find out his name and stuff, and are publishing it. So
about. Oops.
you've got to love all this. There's so much leakage going out this week. Like,
Yeah.
not only have we had that today, there was Diablo 4
Yes.
leaks. I haven't watched them, and then there was that Bellend who was leaking all the Assassin's Creed stuff. And then, like a
He got
Bellend
caught out like a
signed on
fucking
his wrong
gun,
Twitter
really.
account and
Yeah,
outed himself.
bless him.
Oh, what a Bellend he was!
Yeah,
But-
NDA
and
to
everyone-
hell.
Yeah, and then he came out with a post on Twitter saying, "I will never make that mistake again. I apologise." It's like, no, you apologise and you got caught.
Yeah,
and
he's
everyone
sorry
in
that you got
the
caught.
comments was like, "You're a knobhead. You're only saying that because you got caught." And then miraculously, he deleted his account again. So
To be fair,
Jez-
he's only.
Jez Corden said lawyer up, didn't he? He was like, they will sue you over this, so lawyer up.
why would you do it though? Like, he had a semi-success. I can't remember his name, and I don't care really. Dan something.
Dan
or
Allen.
other.
He has got a really successful
Allen.
YouTube channel.
Yeah, why would you, like, you're getting all this freebie stuff, you're getting all the early, I'm getting proper reverb from Ginna there, bloody hell, listening to myself, you're getting all of those YouTube, like, early access stuff, because clearly he was getting told stuff for his channel and everything prior, but you can't break the NDA. I mean, we get stuff for NDAs, like, we're not as early as that, but we get odd game reviews we can't show anything of. We've got one that I can't I can't show footage of till tomorrow. You sign something, you say, yes, I agree to that. Why would you risk it all
Yeah.
for a bit of Twitter clout? No one cares, because most of the time, the Twitter people, they get one lucky guess, and the rest of the time, they're 90% full of shit.
And
So,
to be fair, it will make things tougher for smaller content creators to get
yeah.
copies now. They'll become more strict because they can't trust people.
Yeah.
So they'll become more tight on who they give the codes out to. It doesn't benefit anybody, him doing that. Not a fucking
No.
single person. He's already got a successful YouTube channel. Didn't need to do it. But he's doing it for internet clout.
Had a successful. He's going to
Yeah.
get sued to the high heavens. And rightly so, to be honest, because I've seen people saying, "Oh, they might not do anything. They might do something." Like, no, they're
They
going
will,
to go
yeah.
took everything at him. They need to set an example, saying, because obviously he wasn't hacked. He was given it. He signed NDAs, and he broke all these NDA rules and all the stuff. He's leaked stuff he shouldn't have done. He's done stuff he shouldn't have done, and he deserves to lose everything because it's his
Even
own
though-
fault. He did it purposely. It wasn't even an accident. He
No, yeah.
purposely did it. So
But even
he
if they don't
deserved
go
it.
after him to sue him or anything like that, which they may not, they're going to blacklist him. He's not going to get any more free games. He's not going to get any more early access codes. He's not going to get any of that. So, it's to keep his channel going, he's going to have to put it out of his own pocket. And as someone who does reviews and stuff, and we're on a much smaller scale, it's not cheap. You still got to buy the games and stuff a lot of the time. We do get free stuff. If we didn't get free content, we'd be buggered. We wouldn't have half as much content on our channel. So, and we don't make money off of our videos as such, that we're not at that level. Like, he'll be getting all that advertising revenue and shit.
Yeah.
Just puffed it all away like a bellend for no reason.
Really,
So,
really weird decision for why you would do that.
some stupid people in the world, isn't there?
Yeah.
Mega stoops.
Mega stoops.
like, share, and subscribe. By the way, if you like
Yeah,
the content you're seeing, want to see more reviews, more content on the website, on the channel, get over and subscribe.
We're going. Do you want to talk about the thingy, Ash? Whilst we're here.
Has Reddit's camera gone weird for anyone else or just me?
Yeah,
No,
he looks like he's gone like he's been taken away or something in some sort of like
He's
alien.
been hacked. He's
I've
been
gone off
hacked.
the funny
hacked.
farm.
He's been hacked.
Dan Allen's got you, kid.
The PlayStation thing and the other thing.
Oh yeah, I'll quickly mention it because I don't know when it's going to happen. We're looking at I'm looking at rebranding the website from xblpartypodcast.com to a more generic sort of gaming channel. The content will stay the same. Same with the YouTube and the Twitter and everything. Everything will stay the same. The show will stay the same as XBL Party Podcast. It's just we'll have like an overall banner which is less podcast and Xbox exclusive, because it does sort of put publishers, developers, and everyone off dealing with us. And I have literally been like, had to have conversations with people. I'm like, no, we do cover. If you look at our actual content, we do cover Switch games, we do cover PlayStation, we cover PC, we do everything. But our main channel, like our main show, is the XBL Party Podcast. So going forward, I don't know when it'll be, what it'll be, but we are looking at maybe making a little switch up to be a more generic name for the website, like the overall. But the podcast and the shows and everything will stay the same. They'll still say XBL Party Podcast. It'll still be us. But it does open up to more things. We are looking, me and BMG are looking at doing a PlayStation-focused podcast at some point soon. We're still up in the air on when, who's going to be in it and stuff like that. And so there's that coming. And there might be other stuff as well. Like I say, I play a lot of Switch. I play a lot of indie games on PC. I'd love to do more content there, but it's just like as and when, basically. So expect more announcements in the future. But for now, hit that like button, hit subscribe. We are inching slowly forward towards the 1,000 subscriber. I say that, it looks like we've lost a sub while we've been doing this show. So obviously, that Dan Allen was obviously a subscriber and he's unsubbed now. So fuck him. But yeah, if you can subscribe, help us out. Means a lot. Like I say, we're going to be doing big giveaways at every 100, so 800 subs, 900 subs, and then a big massive giveaway of game codes, like a big old chunky amount at 1,000. So just, yeah, it means a lot to us. You can support us on Patreon, or you can just share our stuff, read the reviews, read the news articles I put up on the website. All of it helps, basically helps us grow, and yeah, that's about it. Yeah, it's nothing major just yet, so...
Cool.
And subscribe on podcasts as well if you can't listen to the video. We're on all podcast services. Subscribe, give us a rating. Hopefully 5 stars. Hopefully. Nice reviews. It all helps.
We always try and keep it light and entertaining. I think there's too many dudes in this scene that try and take shit too seriously, and that's not what we're about. You know, we like to turn up, have a laugh. I mean, we're a bunch of mates that enjoy gaming at the end of the day. So.
No other podcast about Xbox would have started talking about the Queen. But here we are. Do you know what I mean? You don't get this content anywhere else.
Yeah, we do appreciate everyone that tunes in to watch and hangs out with us and stuff. So yeah, should we get back into some more topics?
Yes. Go on.
Cool, I agree. So, Microsoft's head of gaming, Phil Spencer, has said the company has no plans to increase Xbox console prices at this time, but he cannot rule out a price hike in the future. Solid news, I think. He's right.
It's just a sly dig, isn't it? It's a sly dig because PlayStation have obviously raised theirs. And they're like... Yeah.
That's exactly it. And it comes off the back of PlayStation announcing a price hike. And also... at a time where there is a lot of tension between Xbox and PlayStation. We'll get into that again in a minute. But it's cool. Again, there's nothing that Xbox is doing at the moment that makes me go, hang on about, you're being a bit shady. Everything they're doing at the moment seems to be really on point. They seem in tune with their fan base. I can't fault them. And, you know, I would sit there and criticize them if they did something shit, because I have in the past. Even though I'm an Xbox guy, I will tear them to pieces if they do something really fucking stupid. I can't fault them at the moment.
You should do.
Yeah. I just can't fault them. They seem to be doing everything right. I mean, this Activision Blizzard deal is still going. It's gone into another stage because of fucking the UK, and you know, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Well, they're all the whole PlayStation side of it. The crying, the whining, the oh my god, we're the victim is getting a bit sad, and I'm just getting sick of hearing about it. Just
What?
Let's get cracked on, and like, if it goes to court, just imagine all the juiciness and all the how bad it'll look for PlayStation. Now, you can't come out with what they're saying. All of this, it's bad for the gamers and everything. When they literally announced that as well. Have you noticed they put that reply out the same day they put out the Call of Duty trailer that said all this exclusive shit on PlayStation only. Yet they've got the balls to come out and say, "Oh, it's Xbox." Ooh, bastards, those Xbox.
What's really stupid, and it's weird because you can see power changes. I've said this before. You can see power changes in the way that people talk about PlayStation and Xbox, especially on Twitter and other social media platforms. You can see a power shift. People are noticing, and even the PlayStation dudes are saying, chill the fuck out, Jim. We've been doing this for years. You need to calm yourself a bit. And that's really weird to see because they usually go full die-hard fan mode, and you're not seeing that as much. Even the PlayStation dudes are like, hold up, we've been doing this shit for years. You know what I mean? So that is really cool to see.
And it's funny that this week Phil Spencer talked about Final Fantasy XIV and how he hopes that will still come to Xbox, kind of highlighting that there are games which it's not just DLC, there are games which are completely locked off Xbox because Sony pay for them to be. The same thing Sony is making a big deal could potentially happen in the future to them is something that they've done every generation since they've entered gaming. So it's kind of...
Let's not forget, though, Xbox did this in the 360 gen quite well as well.
Yeah,
everyone does it. That's the problem. Everyone does it. They've always done it. When PlayStation first entered the market and they wanted to crush the Dreamcast, they literally bought and shuttered studios that were making Dreamcast games to stop the games coming out. They didn't want the games, they just didn't want them going on Dreamcast. They were like...
Final Fantasy, they ripped it off of Nintendo. Final Fantasy, it had 6 on Nintendo, and then they went, nah, fuck Nintendo, we're going to PlayStation now. Obviously, there was better quality hardware then, but other games came out on PlayStation. Resident Evil 2 came out on N64. We could have easily got a Final Fantasy, but no.
They entered the games market and they were doing what Man City have done, where they first got money and they went out and bought every striker in the league so no one else could score goals against them, even ones they were never going to play and stuff, just to sit on the bench, just so other people couldn't have them. And Chelsea did the same. They went out and bought like 1 million players, and some people have been there 12 years and put out on loan every year to shit clubs so they don't end up at a good club and stuff. It's what people do when they enter in a market and they want to become competitive. So I don't see what the problem is. It's just Microsoft's got more money to do it on a bigger scale, obviously.
It's just, I don't like the way that PlayStation's using the angle of, we've got to thank you, CMA, for protecting the players. It's got fuck all to do with protecting the players. PlayStation knows it's not going to lose Call of Duty. They're literally doing this because they can't compete with Game Pass. Yeah, I did read that. Yeah, I did read that.
Highly recommend that. Windows Central is a really good article about this.
Yeah.
PlayStation
isn't worried about losing Call of Duty. PlayStation is worried about how they're going to rival Game Pass when Call of Duty goes to it, because it is going to give people the option of, you can either pay $70 for this game on PlayStation, or you can buy an Xbox, pay $14.99 a month, get Call of Duty and 100 of other games.
If I were Microsoft as well, as soon as I bought Activision, I'd make all the Call of Duty 70 quid on PlayStation, 60 quid and everything else, just to be like, you like paying more, fuckers, you pay more. That's just me.
Yeah, see, I look at it from the PlayStation side of it. Don't get me wrong, I think some of the stuff that Jim Ryan's coming out with is just no need. But
it's cringe.
He has come out. PlayStation. Jim Ryan has come out and said, we can't make a game as big and as popular as Call of Duty. They've already said we can't do it. We can't do it. So they've admitted that.
Nintendo don't have Call of Duty, so it negates
true.
it.
No, it's true. But your hardcore Sony fans are gonna buy it anyway. No matter what price it comes in at, they're gonna buy it anyway.
Yeah.
Me, I will play it. I have both consoles, same as Ash. I'll be playing it on the Game Pass if it's on Game Pass. But it's like, I can understand. Yeah. Phil's turned around and they've had this agreement, saying, you've got another 3 years, we'll give you 3 years on top, and then that's it. And PlayStation aren't happy with that because they don't want to have to go back to the negotiating table. A lot of people look at it as, after them 3 years, after the deal's done, that's it. It's off coming off PlayStation. That's how it's kind of put across from the PlayStation.
Not how it is,
it's been very badly promoted. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's been it's been done on purpose for a reason.
Yeah. Phil Spencer's come out and said, it's already been said, the game wouldn't be profitable taking it off PlayStation because the bigger player base is over there and it makes a lot of money. So it makes no sense to doing that. And we know, like same as Minecraft, Call of Duty is never coming off PlayStation. It'll always be on PlayStation.
Absolutely not.
The PlayStation side of it, Jim Ryan's problem is he doesn't want to have to come to the negotiating table once the deal's up and has to come to the negotiating table every time to see what he can get.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
How long? That's what it comes to.
Call of Duty, as it stands, the marketing rights are like the contract lasts for 8 years, 9 years, and
until 2024, aren't they?
Yeah, those marketing rights end in 2023, 2024, that sort of time period. So what Xbox wants to do is, first of all, offer them 3 years on the current contract. So that'll take it up to 2027 ish. But they don't want to. They don't want to tie themselves up in these 8-year contracts. They want to be able to have a 3-year contract and then renegotiate every 3 years. That's what they want to do. They don't want to tie themselves up to these long 8-year contracts, and then which is what PlayStation want. They want to try and keep the fucking contracts for 8 years at a time. Microsoft don't want to do that.
But not only that, you've also got to look at PlayStation charge a cross-platform tax to many games. Many games have to, as we saw in the Epic, the Epic and Apple stuff and all the stuff that came out in that, and and it was shown that PlayStation charge a fortune to have cross-platform. And Call of Duty, Activision, they pay a fortune to make Call of Duty cross-platform between Xbox and PC. Now, that deal ends, goes back to the negotiating table, Microsoft, Xbox, Phil Spencer can turn around and go, you can have Call of Duty on your console, but there is no cross-platform tax. That's gone. You want Call of Duty? You get rid of that, waive that, cross-platform for all, free for all. No one's paying for it. You just get your usual 30% cut. It's them sort of things. Microsoft have, they've got the high ground, so to speak. They'll be able to. And Sony doesn't want that. Sony doesn't want to be beholden to their competitor who can pretty much dictate the rules, saying, you've already come out and said you need this game. You can't make a game like this. So we can kind of change the rules and
this is
negotiations as we want.
And this is the thing. Like, by doing this, PlayStation looks really fucking weak. They look really weak. They've made such a big song and dance about this whole Call of Duty going to Xbox thing that they just look weak. They look like they can't survive without it.
It's the only thing they're bothered about. They're not bothered about anything else, any other games. All they're bothered about is Call of Duty. Yet you've got some other big companies that have come out in favour. Facebook have come out in favour of it.
Meta did.
Version.
That's like having a CRB check done by Jimmy Savile. He's saying, "Hey, okay, having Facebook back you up isn't a good thing."
Yeah.
No.
But Nintendo haven't complained about it. To be fair, we will. We could see COD on Nintendo in the future.
I see that's why they're probably in support.
As long as it's not like World at War. Is it World at War where you were like that with a Wii remote and you could never shoot someone because it was the worst motion? I've felt sick playing World at War on the Wii. Oh, terrible.
But it will go through. I think. I don't think this is going to hinder anything. I think it's just going to take a little bit longer.
But it's like when the CMA asked for whatever information they asked for, Microsoft, and obviously Microsoft declined to give them anything, any concessions. They declined to give them anything. It's almost like they want more of an in-depth look.
Yeah.
So
then that might put more look onto Sony again. I
don't think they have to. They don't have to do any concessions. If it got to that stage and it goes to court, I think they've got a big enough argument they won't lose. Like, you can't tell the person in last place with the least amount of sales, where everyone says you need more games, that you can't invest and get companies to make more games to try and make you compete. It doesn't make any sense. It's just the CMA or whatever they're called. Like, they've had it whispered in their ear, like Wormtongue in Lord of the Rings to the king. That's what Jim Ryan is. He's Wormtongue to the CMA.
Anime's right.
That's what he's doing right now.
Child who has had their dummy taken away. He's absolutely right. It's like the older sibling running to the mum crying because the younger sibling's taken a toy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that kind of impression that it's given to people. It's just, it's bizarre, man. It's a really bizarre situation. Nobody else seems to give a fuck.
No, but problem is the whole court thing. We can't in the UK. They can't take them to court and have a decision overturned. They can only take them to court if they believe the process that's gone on, there's been foul play or something's been mishandled.
Yeah.
They can't force a court isn't going to turn around and say, right, yeah, they can go ahead. They can't do that here. It pretty much would be, if they had grounds to take it to court, that would just have the same things re-looked at again to see if any mistakes was made. But that's it.
Yeah.
But the phase 2 would definitely, it's in depth on the whole thing. So and it brings in an independent body as well, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure on that, but maybe that's what Microsoft sort of want. They want it more looked at, more in depth. An independent body looking at it as well. But going to court wouldn't do anything. All going to court would do was make them re-look at everything to see if they missed anything.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all that's going to do.
It
really.
also just hurts people who bought Activision stock as well. Like,
yeah.
that's basically big companies telling you that the little man can't earn more money and you've got to lose your money as well.
Yeah.
If they scupper it and kill it, because Activision was on its arse, and Microsoft are offering to pay more than what.
This is another
way
thing,
more than
though.
what it's worth.
This is
What
another
happens?
thing. This wasn't Microsoft reaching out and saying, "Look, we want to buy Activision." This was Activision looking to be bought out. They knew they needed change. They wanted someone to buy them out. And the thing is, Sony doesn't have the buying power. They don't have that financial punching power as companies like Tencent or Embracer Group or even Microsoft. You know what I mean? They don't have that financial capital to go and snap up big publishers.
Yeah.
That's why they're worried. And then if
Tencent are gonna everywhere and soon, and they've got a plan, and it's starting to unravel a bit now with Sean Layden getting a job there. It's starting to sort of factor in where their plans are. I can honestly see next gen there'll be a 10-cent machine as well, 100%.
This is Sean Lathan who said consolidation of the industry and all these big buyouts are bad for the industry. Yeah.
Yeah, but then that big sort of Chinese
a
bucket
Chinese
just got dropped.
checkbook dropped on his desk.
Yeah.
Isn't it 10 cents they're actually making a
that
handheld?
fucking thingy.
They are,
Well, there's
yeah.
rumours. There's rumours, yeah.
There's patents for one.
Yeah.
This is the thing, though. Tencent buy up something. Fucking Embracer Group buy up something. Nobody bats an eye. Microsoft tries to get a little bit of market share back. Nope. This is completely against the rules. Can't have this. Let's go to court.
You think they think
crazy.
Call of Duty's big, but then you've got like Valorant and all these other games which Tencent now own, which are huge. They own a bit of Epic, so they own a bit of Fortnite and stuff. They own these huge games, and if they decide to make a console and put it exclusive, they've got some big fucking games off the bat, and nobody, like Breda said, nobody's taking that into account when they're buying up these things. Oh, because they don't make a bit of plastic, it's fine. They can buy whoever they want. So it's not really how it works.
What happens when Tencent decide to do a subscription service, or Embracer Group decide to do a subscription service?
I'm there, day one.
Honestly, if Embracer did a subscription service,
Game Pass Ultimate, day one.
And they
I would be
completely
all over that.
bypass.
THQ games. Oh, imagine all the THQ games on bloody. A lot of them go in a Game Pass, but imagine a service that includes all of THQ, all of Crystal Dynamics, all of Eidos and stuff all of that. It'd be great. I can't wait.
It's weird that nobody seems to bat an eye when Tencent or Embracer Group are buying up shit. That's
because they're putting bigger money up behind the scenes, probably.
Yeah, they do a lot of shit in Saudi Arabia, Tencent and Embracer.
One of the things I saw online from Hoglaw was it? He does a lot of his videos. Was that a lot of people are saying if the UK says the deal can't go through, it kills the deal worldwide, and he was explaining that's not the case. They're two American companies; they'll just go ahead. It just means in the UK there may be concessions, so it may be you can't put it in Game Pass in the UK, or they have to keep the name Activision in the UK and sell it as if they're separate of Xbox, or Xbox literally just can't sell Call of Duty or any Activision games in the UK, which would fucking suck, but we're heading towards the dark ages anyway.
It wouldn't suck, though. You can just get an American code and play it over here.
If only
we'll just
VPNs existed or something,
Off to Argentina!
That's it, yeah.
Back on that regular flight. Here we go.
I'll tell you what, the amount of fucking flight miles I've picked up, what are they called? Frequent flyer miles to Argentina and Turkey I've amassed. My God. Practically living in Argentina now, I am. But yeah,
I must admit, I have been visiting Turkey and Argentina a few times, but yeah. There's so much on sale at the moment, though. I don't know if anyone picked up the Tokyo Game Show sales. There've been some right good stuff. I picked up all the Yakuzas, apart from Like a Dragon. I picked up everything I've missed on Yakuza. I picked up Final Fantasy 8 and 9 that I didn't already have because I've been playing them on Game Pass prior.
Yeah.
Picked up Shining Resistance or something like that. Shining Resonance or something. I keep seeing it on sale, and I was like, do you know what? I'm going to pick that up. So I picked that up. I've just been sort of dabbling into the more like Japanesey games because I want to support them, and like if it means we get more in the future,
I've told you
all
before.
for that.
Every month I set myself a budget of 20 quid. And I go on Aniba and I see how many games I can buy for 20 quid. I always end up walking away with a good 4 or 5 games. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic.
It's crazy.
Love
but I mean,
Argentina.
I've been buying stuff off the actual store as well. They've had a good sale. I bought Assassin's Creed 1 360 because it was like £2. I already own it on disc.
Did you play that?
I played it a long time ago, but never really like in depth. So
I played it recently.
I've got it
It's
on
not
disc
aged well.
somewhere. So I bought it for like £2. Contra for £1.20 something. Can't go
Bargain.
wrong. Can't go wrong. So
just to touch on,
been a good sale.
Just to touch on some of this Activision news. Microsoft has also confirmed that the company is still open to making further acquisitions as Xbox strives to be a major player within the industry. Fair play to him, I think. Fair play to him. Because they've been
It shows
for
how
so long.
confident they are that this will go through, that they're already talking about the next ones.
Yeah.
They're not even worrying. Like, they're just like, yeah, we're going to make more after this as well.
But it's also a dig at Sony and CMA saying, no, so we can be a major player. Trying to say, because obviously
This is
CMA
it. I mean,
think
they're-
Xbox are at the top.
They're third. This is it. They're third in market share, Xboxes. And honestly, this whole CMA situation here in the UK makes it sound like they're more invested in protecting Sony's market share at number 1 than they are in seeing the status quo shift. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
don't
it needs to be
know.
about,
Good evening. Hello. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with us.
it's meant to be about protecting the consumer's interests, and they've already said they'll put the games in more places and at a cheaper price, which as a consumer benefits you. The only thing it doesn't benefit, and what their whole tweets were about, was the threat to Sony's place as number 1. It's like, that's not your job. Your job is not to keep certain companies in certain positions. It's to make sure we're not getting ripped off or ended up in a situation where someone owns a section of the market that no one else can get access to.
Yeah, it's such a bizarre situation.
I still want them to buy Sega. If they shut Activision, they shut the deal, and they were like, "We've closed it, we've got them," and the next day they went, "We're fucking buying Sega," I'd be like, that's what they need. They need Japanese, they need more PC games, and they need kids games.
Yeah.
What does Sega have? They have really good PC games. They have like Total War and all that. They have an amazing dev for that. They have the Japanese games. You'd get your Personas, you'd get your Yakuza. Imagine Xbox owning Yakuza. That'd be fucking funny as hell. And then you get all of like the classics, all the retro. You get your own Sonic. You get the Sonic games. You get that whole back catalogue. Because like Sega have amazing back catalogues, and you could just pump them out onto Game Pass. So like Nintendo Online chuck out like 3 retro games a month.
Yeah.
Start chucking out some back compact. That's what they should do now. Is kill off games with gold and start chucking back compact games onto Game Pass forever. Be like, here we go. But I don't think they would get Sega, unfortunately, if they do get Activision, because I think people would really kick off.
Yeah.
But personally, I would love them. I'm a big Sega fan. It'd just be awesome, and
I agree with Anime Raza. If they buy Sega, they need to bring that intro back.
Sega!
They should do that, but it should be like
on.
Xbox, like the same, but just as Xbox. Just then Sonic runs past, but I'd be all for it. Like I say, because they're not gonna get Square Enix, because like what you could, if they bought Square Enix, they'd still not have any games because them games are locked down for years. Do you know what I mean? Like,
unless you buy Square Enix and just shut them all down, saying you're not giving us the games, you bastards. You're all done. You're not making any games anymore. Your IP, it's going with Banjo.
I'm starting to lose like interest in a lot of Square Enix games. Like, I really enjoyed the Final Fantasy MMO. I had it on PS4, but I didn't get it on PS5. I've downloaded it because you can use the same account as such.
They're actually trying to sell off studios, aren't they, Square Enix?
Yeah, they came out and said they can't afford to own their own studios, so they need to have partnership. So who knows? I may be wrong. Maybe we're going to see fucking like everything on Game Pass or everything on PlayStation Plus, and that's how they fund it. Maybe we're going to see a lot of like cross, like Xbox funding this game and stuff. But I hate when companies do that. Like, was it Capcom or something does that, and like every other game is on a different platform, and it just gets confusing. Like Monster Hunter, there's one Monster Hunter game you can't play on anything but a Switch right now.
Yeah.
Who has Octopath Traveler? Who owns
Square
Enix.
Number two isn't coming to Xbox. It's exclusive.
But number one did. It's not. It's coming to It's coming to everything now. Number one wasn't on PlayStation. It was on Xbox and Nintendo. Number two is coming to everything but Xbox. So that could literally be no one bought it, no one played it, but it was on Game Pass, so they would have been funded for it. So maybe they just wanted more money. Who knows? But for everyone who does like Square, I will be doing a sponsored Diofeld Chronicle stream at some point this week or next. So keep an eye out for that Square Enix sponsored stream.
It's amazing that they gave you a code after all the shit you talk about.
I was thinking that. How's he pulled that
I
off?
have bought this week. I have bought three Final Fantasy games because I bought that pocket edition of Final Fantasy 16 because they just look cute. Like, I do still buy games, but rightly so, they should be called out on the scummy practices. You can't give someone the first game and then take it off them for the second. That's harsh. I mean, I get not getting some franchises because we never have had them, but not giving us one we've actually had is like a slap in the face, basically. So,
well, we had the best game from Square Enix, which is Avengers. So we've got that in Game Pass. So
no, we haven't. Guardians of the Galaxy. Awesome they don't own it anymore, Square Enix. It's now Embracer that own Avengers.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Avengers went with to Embracer along with Guardians.
I don't think it did.
Fucking did.
I don't think it did.
It
Tomb Raider and Deus Ex did because it was announced, but I don't think.
Embracer have come out and said they've got big plans for Avengers in future.
Well,
I'm sure.
Wasn't they working on the deal? They hasn't been financed. They don't have it yet. They're trying to.
I believe it went to Embracer when Embracer when they closed the deal. So. But yeah, they did. It's gone, which is great because it gives me hope for Avengers. Because Avengers had a solid base, but it was bogged down by crappy microtransactions and live service stuff. When they started doing those like packs, like the Black Panther and stuff, that was good. It was just like, why didn't you do that in the first place? And when they started making everyone look more like the movie counterparts instead of like the Wish versions that they had at the beginning.
The Avengers game didn't know what it wanted to be, and it came at the wrong time. It came after Endgame and already peaked, and it was just like in a really bizarre situation because like you didn't know what the game was trying to be. You know what I mean? I had a really hard time with it.
A single-player game or a co-op story game, it'd have been an awesome game. It was the fact that you got halfway through and then suddenly you couldn't do missions. You had to do these fucking like online missions. Do you know what I mean? You couldn't do story missions. It was like crappy sort of randomly generated missions, and you're like, well, this is shit. Whereas Guardians, scrap that, focus just on the story.
Solid game.
Fantastic game. Yeah, fantastic game. But yeah, like I say, I'd like to see more Square games on Xbox. Honestly, like I said, I'd love the MMO to come on. I'd love to get more Dragon Quest games. Dragon Quest 11 is fantastic. Dragon Quest Builders is good. I'd like to see Dragon Quest Builders 1 come. And the Heroes, Dragon Quest Heroes, they were PlayStation exclusives and they finally come to PC. Really good games. They got me into Dragon Quest, the Heroes, because I
always like the builder ones. I like the building ones where you build houses and stuff. They're my favourite.
Well, Heroes is a bit like Dynasty Warriors, but Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
So it's like it's really good in that aspect. But yeah, I was so like disappointed with Square recently, like I say. But they get what they reap. Like I'd love to see more games, but I'll still keep playing what they pump out. I'm like a sucker for it. Like
Yeah.
if we don't buy them at all, then they're never going to give us them either, are they? That's the problem. So
Yeah.
I like the people who keep saying Sony are going to buy Square Enix next week. It's like, why would they?
Sony
What do
don't
they
have
get
the
off it?
finances
It's like
to-
they already get all their
Expect,
games anyway. There's no benefit to them buying them.
Yeah.
Just keep your money in your pocket and keep doing what you're doing. You know.
There's been a
Honestly,
lot.
though.
There's been a lot said this week about this whole situation between PlayStation and Microsoft. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm reading through my notes. I do apologize. We've probably already touched on this. The thing that really annoyed me about the PlayStation, coming out in support of the CMA, taking a further look, was when they said it would have major negative implications for gamers and the future of the gaming industry. Now, it's important to note that they put that statement out the same time Modern Warfare 2 beta exclusive launched on PlayStation on the day and announced content that was exclusive for PlayStation. It was just, the timing just felt really bizarre for me. Like it's like
it was a bit silly, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It makes you go like, what?
Yeah, it's like someone's asleep at the wheel at Sony at the moment. It feels like they literally like wake up every now and again, like yes, let's do it, and then they fall back asleep again.
It's different. It's Sony. Sony need it. I don't know why everyone's having a go at Sony. They need this, right?
We need it, guys.
We need to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation, and the more exclusive stuff we can get, the better we are.
But
Stop this deal. I'm gonna send a written letter to the CMA. I'm gonna write to them. And put my name on and everything. I'm writing to them.
That's
I will stop this deal.
That's how British people work. We send a really strongly worded letter, and then we queue to post that letter.
According to logic, though, the preload for Modern Warfare 2 on PC and Xbox is available now as well, which is cool.
Goes live
Looks
on
good.
Thursday.
It does look good. I'm not going to lie.
It
It's
does look good.
One of the more interesting Call of Duties in the last few years.
There's a couple of things about it that I'm a bit on the fence about. Like the third
And it's
person
a
mode.
2-year game. It's
Yeah,
a 2-year game.
It depends who you listen to, because I've seen some streamers really enjoying it and saying it's got some of the biggest innovation and mechanics they've had in a while.
You just
But
know
then I've seen
that-
some die-hard PlayStation accounts saying it's a terrible game and cancelling their pre-orders, obviously with no
You just
malice
know for a
in
fact
their
that
statement.
the whole third person mode is literally there for microtransactions. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's the only reason it's being brought in.
If there's not enough DualSense features, what's the point even having it?
I've actually been watching people play the beta, and a lot of people don't get on with the DualSense where Call of Duty is concerned. There's too much shit going on in your hands.
Yeah, they turn, because with the triggers on the DualSense, when you've got pressure and stuff like that, if you're playing an online multiplayer game where you need like Call of Duty, you kind of turn them off because you want to fire reload quick. You don't want to try and reload your gun, and then the triggers lock and you can't push them because you've jammed your gun and you just get shot. Yeah.
Drawn
I've seen people rage quit.
Drawn TJ says that Xbox needs to buy Bandai Namco. Why not?
To be fair, that'd be
I
one of
don't
those
know
things
why
they wouldn't gain a lot from it.
My mind has gone blank as to what Bandai make.
Bandai do all of those, basically
Alive,
every anime game that isn't like it's like licensed. So they do like One Punch Man. They do One Piece, Dragon Ball, probably My Hero. I bought a My Hero game the other day. I've not played it yet. A load of stuff. They do all like the anime games. They do some other stuff, but they already support Xbox. They're already coming on to console and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would rather, instead of them buying companies that are already like heavily invested in Xbox, I would rather they did what they're doing like with Sega and getting these really great Game Pass deals. Like, look at Sega. Sega are putting everything on Game Pass at the moment. Like Yakuza's, we're getting Personas. I'd like to see Sonic and stuff come on as well, but I'd rather see those type of deals instead of it locking it out of other consoles, just making it better for us.
Yeah.
Slap it all on Game Pass. Do you know what I mean? And maybe give us like some games that they haven't done before. But if they're going to buy a company, I want a company where they're going to get something from it. Like Square Enix, there's a lot of games they could bring, but even if they bought Square Enix, which they probably won't, those games are locked down by Sony. They're probably in perpetuity, do you know what I mean? Like perpetuity, where they're forever. Like Sony have probably written it into skin or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Sony
I just feel like
exclusive content for Hogwarts as well, aren't they?
Yeah, I was so annoyed about that because it sounded like it wasn't going to be that interesting, and then they put a fucking trailer out, which was just at the state of play, just of that special content. It looks really good, and that's locked down for a year, which is really annoying.
Good night, Muppet. Just
only had a PlayStation 5.
I know, but I don't want to buy it on a PlayStation 5. I play, if it's multi-platform, I play it on Xbox because it's the best version. I get my quick resume. I've got my friends on it. I get the best, smart delivery. I get the best version. I mean, obviously, sometimes I'm not saying every game runs better on Xbox. Every now and again, lazy devs don't do the sort of, I forgot the word for it, where they make a game better on.
What's
parity? The word?
Console parity.
No, not parity. Where they do
optimization.
Fucking that would gone out of my head there. The lazy devs don't optimize it correctly, and it works better on other systems. But it's not because the Xbox is worse. It's just because the devs don't optimize it correctly with the tools. And like you saw, like Valhalla used to run like shit on Xbox, and Watchdogs and stuff. As soon as they actually spent some time and optimized it, it ran way better. So for me, multi-platform, I play on Xbox. My PlayStation at the moment is a doorstop, a air cooling fan, a Pope hat, until I play a PS exclusive on it.
That's my
issue. Then I get some great experiences on it. Like I say, I've played Miles Morales on it, which is really good. Uncharted, looking forward to God of War. But outside of that, it just sits and looks at me like
that's why I haven't got one yet.
An ugly bastard child. It just doesn't get used.
I do want a PlayStation 5, but I'm at the point now where I'm like, there's nothing coming out that screams I need to buy one because everything's coming to PS4 anyway, and it's cheaper to get a PS4 to play these games than it is to get a PS5 at the moment. So I might wait until next year.
Yeah, it's more for the your PS5 is more for the SSD, the quicker loading, the better graphics, and the DualSense really, and the headset. The 3D Pulse headset it's really really good.
Have you used the Atmos though on the Xbox headsets?
Yeah, I've got that. I got the license and I bought it.
Metal Hellsinger with Dolby Atmos.
Again, same. I'm mainly exclusive. PlayStation's mainly for the exclusives, maybe the odd game here and there, but Xbox is my main. And I say I've got the wireless Xbox headset. I've got the Dolby Atmos. I think I picked it up. My subscription free trial ran out in December last year, and I got Dolby Atmos for like a couple of quid because it was on Black Friday deal. So it was worth picking up anyway. But yeah, it's I think a lot of issues where games weren't looking as good on the Xbox is that because Xbox use better stuff, better tools and things that developers weren't fully in line with. Something like I remember seeing something like that so long ago.
Something like that. Yeah.
Digital Foundry did a thing on it where they went back and played, what was it called, Control, because it wasn't running properly on the Series X. But if you put it in photo mode, it would run better. They were showing it was like more space there, it's just not being used. And the game hadn't been patched at all, but suddenly it was running perfect and outperforming. And they said there'd been system updates to the Xbox, which basically developers didn't have to do anything. It just improved performance of games. So it showed that, they were still a bit behind on where they should have been. And I think some of it's just, a lot of it's like opinions. That guy who's meant to be a huge Sony fanboy, the Digital Foundry one with the gap in his teeth, I always forget his name, bless him.
Big gap. John Linneman?
Bless him.
So he's meant to be a big Sony fanboy and he gets a lot of shit for him, bless him. But he put out a tweet a few months ago saying that since the beginning of the generation, he's kept a score of all the games he's reviewed. And even though he's seen as a Sony fanboy and they're always saying how Sony runs better, there's only 2 games that have outperformed the Xbox and the PS5. There was 3 draws and like 19 Xbox ran better. So it seems to be the ones where there's a draw or a slight somewhere the PlayStation outperforms, but overall the game's worse. The fanboys just jump on it and share it, and the narrative online then is, the PlayStation's much better. Look at these shadows.
That's why they were calling him a fanboy, though.
All you see is that.
he replied to a few things, and that was his mistake. Bless him. He should have just ignored it. But he replied to the shit he was getting, and it just got worse. And fanboys, they pick out certain things. They'll be like, "Oh, that's better."
Yeah, they take shit wrong with it, don't they?
They'll have a one paragraph, and it'll say, "Oh, the PlayStation ran this better," and even though like six more lines is like, "But the Xbox is better," or "the Switch is better," they just focus on that one line. Yeah. It's like saying, "Oh, this turd is better than this fucking puke." But,
to be honest, most gamers are not going to notice. Most gamers are not going to notice some of the differences, apart from frame rates, where there's like it gets to 10, or you got VRR on the Series X, which helps.
Don't have 4K
televisions. You're not going to notice much. So
literally, most gamers don't have 4K televisions. So I like, how are they going to notice? They're not. Silly, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's until we get to the point where both these consoles are just running, games that are just from the ground up made for them. None of this cross-platform, none of this,
That's happening now, though, isn't
it? None of that. It's got to be ground up, and we're what now? We're 2 years into the new generation, and we've still only got maybe 2 or 3 games on each console that are made from the ground up for them consoles.
It's starting to happen now, though, innit? A lot of stuff's leaving the old consoles behind. I mean, I believe the Resident Evil 4 remake is ditching the Xbox One version, which is really bizarre because they are making it for PS4, but the original
the
Xbox
One as well. The PS4 is more powerful.
But
I'd rather they just skipped it and did PS5.
Yeah.
So we got the better version. Like I don't. No offense to everyone watching. I've got new consoles. I want the best versions. I don't want them to waste time, energy, and stuff making a PS4 version that could be spent making my Xbox version, my Xbox Series X or S version better.
Yeah.
We've had 2 years now. We're allowed to sort of say goodbye. I mean, PlayStation has. They just told all PSVR supporters to fuck off. You got to rebuy your shits if you want it. Like. New PSVR is not going to support, even though they came out and it said
I'll tell you what,
it was going to be backwards compat.
Let's talk about this because it is a topic. So PlayStation VR 2 is not going to support original PSVR games, which is a bit bizarre.
I mean, if it's so cool, this new headset, and the controls are different. Fair play, but they haven't said that, and they originally came out and said, "Yeah, don't worry, you'll be able to convert them. You may have to use an adapter or something like that." But it just sucks. If you've bought all your PSVR games already, you can now know you're gonna have to then keep a PS4 sat there or like all that crap, because there's a lot of crap with the PSVR. I mean, I had one for many a year. There's that little box and it's all wired. It just seems silly, and like I say, they've already announced one VR remake. It was or remaster, which was at the State of Play, the Star Wars one. That was a PSVR 2 game, but it's been out on other headsets. So why does it need remastering? It just sounds like it's to do with that. Pay that $10 for that new version.
That's what's going to happen. I think it'll be nope. You won't be able to use it. No, you won't be able to use it until about a year's time, and then suddenly, we can now emulate it. It's going to cost you an extra $10. So I think that's what's going to happen. I think
£10 per game.
They'll use it as an excuse to make a next gen tax for the VR, which is really shit because people have paid for these games once. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird situation with Sony at the moment. I feel like they're spending too much time pushing shit that should not be getting pushed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether it's next gen tax, whether it's ditching PSVR 1 games for the new hardware, it's just. I feel like
there's a rumor now that they're dropping the Blu-ray drive.
What?
They're going to be selling the digital-only console, and you have to buy a disc drive and plug it in if you want to play your games physical. That's a rumor that there's a new revision coming out. That's what it's going to offer.
So it may not be like a plug-in as such, like it sits on the side. It may be like a slide in and out. There's rumors it's going to be more like it's not going to. I've heard from what I've seen online, and it's very sort of all over the place that. Yeah. It's not going to be like the HD DVD player. It's going to be more like imagine when you pull them in and out of your PC. It's going to be removable from the actual PlayStation console. So
the rumors I saw said it's going to use USB-C. So
makes sense.
We'll have to
Makes
see.
sense. We will see. Who knows? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it isn't. But I'm sure I read somewhere it was going to be like, I'm trying to think of the word for it, and I'm just looking tired and stupid tonight.
Like,
so
they've literally just revised the PS5. There's new models of PS5 out that use cheaper parts.
They've revised it. That'll be the 4th revision since launch if it's done.
They've just released these new PS5s that are cheaper to make. They use cheaper components, and they've just done a price hike. Like, it's what the fuck is going on at PlayStation at the moment? Something doesn't seem right. It feels like someone's asleep at the wheel.
that money.
Yeah, it's gone really
weird.
Money. Jim's like, maybe I'm going to retire in a few years. Better get that bonus up. I need to buy the other yacht.
They defend anything they do, like the PSVR thing we were talking about. The Defense Force was out the same day going, oh, this is great. It shows how good the technology is. It's like, they lied to you. They literally lied to you, and now you
get away with it.
And they're like praising it.
Exactly the same as Nintendo. They get away with it doing this shit over and over, and people like believe it and to accept it and fight it. Like, it's mad. It's absolutely mad. Honestly, I've never seen such craziness.
I'll never understand this whole fanatical fanboy shit. Like, people literally going down on their sword and shields for like plastic. It's fucking weird, man. It's a weird time to be a gamer. It's the best time ever to be a gamer, because games are at a point now where, you know, we're getting unbelievable experiences. But with that comes the most bizarre fucking gamers. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's just really weird.
I don't know if you guys have seen that video from that MBG Jez Corden shared.
No.
And he's talking about Game Pass, and he's like, oh, I hate these Xbox players. Now all they keep doing is asking for Game Pass. You guys don't realize you're killing the industry. It's not sustainable. It's hurting the whole industry. This is why no other publisher has tried it. It's just like,
wasn't
his brain is switched off because
wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, no other publisher has tried this. Like EA Play or EA Access doesn't exist, or Ubisoft Plus, and all these other ones from these other publishers are not a thing.
PlayStation Plus Extra, PlayStation Plus Premium.
The thing is,
PlayStation Plus Ultimate Complete. It's just mad.
There is nothing.
Spartacus Edition. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, they just say shit like that, and then it gets shared and liked, and these people just jump on. They're like, oh yeah, Game Pass is bad. It's like, if you think for just a second, you will see the flaw in his argument. Like, it's the problem with a lot of YouTube and Twitter and stuff, where it's these people just speaking at a screen and a microphone. There's no one to speak against them. That's why conspiracy theories are so huge. I see people are like, oh, did you watch this video about this? It's like, yeah, because they just spout shit, and there's no one there to tell you that's a lie, that's not real, that's not a fact.
But
like, people sit there and believe everything because there's no other side to the argument.
But the problem is, people watch these videos thinking that is the only truth. I mean, these guys are literally only there. They don't give a fuck about PlayStation or Xbox. Their goal is to get you to watch their content. And if they have to put out a really clickbaity video or a clickbaity title to get you to do that, they're going to do it, regardless of how they truly feel about a specific console. So when you get these people that will sit there and, you know, this is bad for the industry, this is terrible for the industry, these people don't have a fucking clue. They're literally getting you to sit there and click on their video, and they'll just spout in like bollocks just to get you to watch their content. That's what it all comes down to. That's what everybody's in the game
it does
for.
get to the general public. Like, I've got a guy at work, nice guy. He's not a massive fanboy. He doesn't game a huge amount anymore, but he's more into PlayStation. And like, he would talk to me every now and again, and he would spout all this shit that he'd heard. It's like, oh my god, the PlayStation. It's got this SSD. Oh my god, it'll sleep with your wife. It's so great. It's amazing. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, he's like, yeah, I've heard it. It's official. And I'm like, no, it's not official. That's just shit people are saying on Twitter, and then it filters out from Twitter and social media into those really shit news sites that don't source anything, and then it goes onto like news feeds and stuff, and then normal people read it and they just assume that's real.
Yeah.
So I know one YouTuber on the PlayStation side who's got quite a decent following, and he was putting up tweets just before Back 4 Blood come out, saying that there was him and a few others who did it. He'd cancelled his Game Pass membership, and they put receipts up. Remember, they were all screenshotting their cancellation, and they were cancelling Game Pass. There's no value anymore. It's a shit service. Just before Back 4 Blood dropped, and then because I'm in other chats and circles and stuff, he was then in there saying how good Back for Blood is and that he's playing it on Game Pass with the guy he game shares with. So he doesn't even pay for Game Pass. He uses the other guy's subscription.
Yeah.
Not supporting
and-
those devs, those bastards.
Yeah, and then he then released videos slating it and saying how bad the game is.
Yeah.
But he was enjoying the game and playing it, and then he was on Twitter claiming to have cancelled his Game Pass, which he never had. He was using his mates anyway.
Yeah.
And it's just people doing it for fucking shit.
For real,
Like,
you can't trust these people.
I'm so
Followers,
tempted to share some of the screenshots I got from these guys. When you're saying this in one thing, but if I actually put this out there, I'll show how much of a fucking
not gonna-
liar.
I'm not gonna
like the whole thing is like.
I'm not going to mention his
ridiculous.
name.
Followers believe it though, and it's like cultish. I mean, if you
Yeah.
watch our shit, you wouldn't believe half the stuff we say because we just talk shit.
We do.
You
just
wouldn't
talk
take
shit.
what we say as gospel.
But
do you
then
know
I
what mean?
wouldn't-
You
I
go
wouldn't-
and spout it on the mount. and
Yeah,
stuff,
I wouldn't
do you know what
sit here
But
and
they
say
do.
this is how it is. This is the truth. I'm not that kind of person. I like.
No, exactly.
I talk shit about both sides. I'm the unbiased gamer. I don't like fucking.
Don't lie.
yeah,
You
it's
get
true.
off and you like PlayStation.
I do.
PlayStation followers are mongs. And you put you wear your Mario shirt and you're a massive Nintendo fan off the camera. Don't lie. Don't you lie.
I'm not like
roll in that
BMG
glitter.
who blatantly sits there with a fucking picture of his Sonic that's been impaled on the Eiffel Tower.
My feelings are very clear how I feel about this blue bastard.
But there's like I'm not gonna mention his name because I don't want to give him that kind of attention. But there's a well documented flip flopper in the community who literally posted a video on YouTube saying, "Oh my god, this is the greatest racing game ever, the best racing game Xbox has ever made.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, fantastic." You go on Twitter the same day, fucking shit. Like this game is awful. Worst racing game. It was like, for fuck's sake, this is why people call you out for being a flip flopper. I can't stand that disingenuous mentality. Do you know what I mean? Like just.
There's a lot of flip floppers in the Xbox community though, as well as the PlayStation.
Yeah, it's on
And I
both
get-
sides,
But they're the
absolutely.
ones that have got bigger followings. It's not the general public, the general gamer, even the general fanboy don't flip flop. The flip floppers are YouTubers and content creators
Yeah, the ones that
because
get
they
paid to
flip-flop
push
whatever
the
gets
shit
them the
out.
most views. And we don't. Like I say, we say it as it is. We cover everything.
Yeah.
We've covered stuff, and we can literally see the subscribers go down some days. But we are
Yeah,
what we
yeah.
are, and like we're not going to sugarcoat it just to get likes and stuff. Do you
To
know
be
what I
fair,
mean?
I just want to say we picked up 4 subscribers tonight on tonight's show, and massive thank you to those 4
Thank you.
subscribers. You guys are awesome. We
Slowly crawling
Yeah,
forwards.
we push this stuff out to have fun, to have a laugh. You know what I mean? We appreciate that you come and hang out with us and watch our content. It's all in good fun. It's all good jest. We're just 4 mates that like to shoot the shit and talk.
We need
games.
to be honest with the chat, though. The only thing that we are true diehard simps and will defend to the hill is Peppa Pig and everything associated with it. I mean, you're not getting an unbiased opinion from this panel about Peppa Pig, so
All hail Peppa Pig.
yeah.
She's the new
We'll be
queen,
honest
isn't
with
she?
you, unless it's Peppa.
I've seen, Smith, and where I am in the northwest, everywhere I go at all the bus stops, there's posters of Peppa Pig and like hand-drawn Peppa Pigs saying, "I watch Peppa Pig," and these little kids have drawn all the Peppa Pigs and all these different ones in these posters. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? But the game it's awesome, absolutely. 4K 60, it's the future Peppa Pig. Get on the TV show, we're laughing.
I think I've just broken Discord. Bear with.
Oh,
I don't know what's happened.
Oh,
Discord's having a bit of a fanny. Hang on.
Frozen.
Also,
No, it's not
I
back.
think Luke Steele might be watching this on catch-up because he's just got to the CMA section, bless him.
Why is this not working?
Oh my god, what the hell's happening?
Discord is like
Oh
full
my-
on melted.
Oh my god. The screen's fucked.
Just bear with me, guys. I'm having a bit of a technical difficulty.
we
There
are
we go.
still here.
We should be back. We should be back in the room. Fuck me, I don't know what happened there. My Streamlabs seems to do that. Occasionally it'll freeze the fucking screen and then it'll make the screen go black. And then, yeah, weird. Anyway, we're back in the room now. We got another topic.
So for anyone who's listening on audio,
Just another
you
night
haven't
with
got to
Reddit's
worry about
hosting a
these
show.
terrible things. Like I said.
For anyone who's listening on audio, get a life and join us live on YouTube. This is where the real fun is, when it's more visual.
It's a lot more
You know?
fun on the internet.
And I'm not wearing any pants.
He's not wearing any pants.
Not
I
that
got
you
my-
can see that on the video, thankfully.
I have my Peppa Pig pajama bottoms on today. Would you like to see?
Let's see. Peppa Pig.
Told you, I'm
Peppa
I'm
Pig.
repping Peppa Pig. You have to tell me if you can see this.
Oh god. Put your pants away.
No. Can't see. Get higher. You need to get higher.
No one wants to see that.
There we go.
I have very similar pajama bottoms to you.
Quality content.
Not on at the moment, thankfully. I've got my Christmas PJ bottoms on at the moment, but...
Yeah.
Peppa Pig, you would get an honest opinion out of me.
Yeah, Anime Raza says it's better. It's like porn. It's better visually. There you go. That's going to be our tagline now.
It's like porn. It's just better visually.
Yeah.
We need another topic. Ash, you want to talk about Game Pass stuff?
Yeah, let's talk about Game Pass.
No,
yeah,
it's ruining the industry. It's ruining everything. Stop.
Let me just get it up in front of me because you've caught me unawares.
What's going to be bad is if that MBG turns out to be right. If one day Microsoft do dominate the market and then they chuck Game Pass up to £200 a month, and we're like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to pay it.
It's never going to.
There's nothing else out there. What if he's right?
Oh no,
I've got children to sell. It's all right.
I'll just subscribe 1 month a year and get a hobby for the other 11 months. It's fine.
That's it. Yeah, we've got new Game Pass announcements for September, obviously for the second half. A good variety here. So September 22nd, tomorrow, not tomorrow, in 2 days' time, should I say, we are getting Slime Rancher 2 on Xbox Series X and S.
Love the first one.
PC and cloud. We're then getting Spider Heck on PC and console, and Beacon Pines on PC, cloud, and console. Now, I've got a review of Spider Heck and Beacon Pines coming this week, so keep an eye out for them. They'll probably come out same day they go onto Game Pass. Beacon Pines is a really good game. I wasn't sure what it was, but it's a very beautifully illustrated sort of mystery game where you've got branching paths. Really good. Not super long. Like I say, you're going to get a fair bit of time out of it, but give it a go. Like I say, I don't think it's been advertised as well as it could have been, but it's really, really good. September 27th, we've got Moon Scars coming to console, PC, and cloud, and Grounded 1.0. So the full release of Grounded is coming out on the 27th.
Amazing game.
Then September 29th, we've got Let's Build a Zoo coming to console, cloud, and PC. Fun little sort of zoo management game where you can sort of splice DNA of animals and stuff. Really, really worth playing. Looks really fun. And you're getting Valheim as well on PC. And it's a shame Sensei's left, because on September 30th, you're getting second game of the year, Paw Patrol Grand Prix on console, PC, and cloud. And this it's made by the people that made the Peppa Pig game. It's from the same publisher. Same one that does all those kids games. And they've obviously got a good deal now with Xbox, because this is literally coming out day one, whereas normally we get them slightly later, the sort of kids games. It looks like we're getting this day one. It's a very simple racer. It looks nice. If your kids love Paw Patrol, they'll love it, but it's a bit slow because it looks like it's using the same engine that the Blaze and the Monster Machines game used, so not really like a fast-paced Mario Kart game as such. And then we've also got cloud gaming editions. So 9 more games have been added to touch controls, which I'm really looking forward to. So you're getting Grounded, finally getting touch controls. I'm sure it already had it, but apparently it's classed as a new one. Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony Anniversary Edition is getting added. Yeah, and then Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch Remastered. So basically Ni no Kuni. It's getting touch controls. Road 96, Shadow Run Returns, Shadow Run Dragonfall, Shadow Run Hong Kong, This War of Mine, and Torment Tides of Numenera. So they're already on Game Pass, but they're now going to have touch controls. I prefer to play my cloud with the controller. But it's nice to have touch controls just in case you're out and about. And you
right in saying you can't use Game Pass on iOS.
You can. I use it.
Oh, okay.
You've got an app. You have to go on the website and it downloads let me have a look, see if I can show you. You get a thumbnail that says cloud gaming.
Oh, okay.
You can see that. And you click on that and it basically loads up the web app,
Like an emulator.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an app, but yeah, it works really well.
Nice.
I play it every other sort of couple of days. I've been using it for odd games, but I only find it good on certain games, and it's really small on a phone. So
Yeah.
don't go for games with text because
I just got myself
blind.
an iPad, so and I might be able to play.
Do it,
Xbox
mate.
in bed.
If you could get a stand for your iPad, you can just connect your pad via Bluetooth. I've got one of those clips that goes under, so it sits on top. But I want one of those razor quiche things.
Yeah. I want
So
one of
next
those.
time they go on sale or I see one cheap, I'll probably pick one of them up. So
Nice.
What about the Backbone? Isn't that a bit of a cheaper version? But
maybe
it's
I've
quite
not
popular.
looked, but that sort of thing. I don't like having the pad underneath. I'd rather have it at the sides. It feels like you've got a console then. Do you know what I mean? Like a handheld. So
Deathloop's available today, isn't it?
oh, and Deathloop.
Yes.
Yeah, these are all for.
Go check it out.
From later this week, but obviously Deathloop is also out today. And something else has landed today as well. If you give me 2 seconds.
Shipbreaker.
That's it.
I honestly thought that was already out. It's been out on PC for a while, I think, because I've installed it ages ago.
It has.
I'm gonna check that out.
It's now on Game Pass. Cloud.
Meant to be really
no,
good.
it's the Xbox Series X and S version. Hard Space Shipbreaker coming to Cloud and Xbox Series X and S. I'm loving how they're all coming to Cloud though. It's really positive for like cloud gaming in the future. I mean, like, yes, Stadia is still slightly better, but Game Pass seems to be getting more additions than Stadia is. Do you know what I mean, cloud-wise, it's just I hope they phase it out so it then also allows you to play other games. Like, if a game leaves Game Pass, but it was on the cloud when it was on Game Pass, we should then be able to play if we own it on the cloud, in my opinion, going forward. You've already put the work in. Don't just lock it away. Don't like Disney Vault it from us. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's something they confirmed is coming, didn't they? They eventually will be able to play all our own games on the cloud. And they
it's
also,
a plan.
Yeah, a TGS as well. They said that, is it in Asia, the fastest growing market for Xbox is cloud?
Yeah.
They're seeing the biggest growth, so I think they're targeting that really heavily now because that Asian market's huge. Not so much Japan anymore, but China and Korea are massive markets for gaming.
The Xbox Series S is
and
the highest selling console for all first-time Xbox owners.
Yeah, I've heard about that, yeah. Fimba's just mentioned that Origami 2 is staying in as well. I saw this the other day, but I forgot about it. The devs basically extended the deal to keep it in, and it was supposed to leave last week, so that's nice.
Quite
so clearly works, though. I saw a lot of people on the achievement hunting sites moaning that they grinded it, like really grinded it to make sure they got it like the day before, and now they've extended it again, so...
Oof.
I can see a lot of these indie games that go on to Game Pass. They go on for like a year or the 6 months, and then they're getting extended. I can see a lot of them taking like a one-off payment to keep it on permanently, just to keep the numbers up. Yeah. Because if you put out a bit of extra content as a charge or something like that, I think that would work for indie devs. Because after a couple of years, indie devs, they clearly don't make a lot of money from their games. Like even big devs don't. So that one-off payment to keep it on Game Pass forever, I think would be really good. And then they can still do the like discounts and stuff to get a bit more in. But I'd like to see more games stay for longer. I mean, obviously they can't keep everything on forever, but I'd like them to do it longer. Like, I'd rather they didn't do 3 months of GTA and Red Dead. Let's have fucking 2 years of some indie games. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah, opposite to the cloud gaming, wasn't there some? Was it today announced about? Is it DRM improvements?
Oh yeah,
with the Xbox.
Yeah.
So you can play your games. To be fair, I only caught bits of it, and I don't actually fully understand what we were talking about.
Microsoft has confirmed that a major update to Xbox DRM, reducing the online checks for a disc-based game. So basically, you can play your disc-based games offline now without
the internet.
Yeah, without the internet.
You can also install them. You can also install them and play them without patching them. Obviously, some won't work because they need a patch, day one patch. Some of them don't have half the game on anymore. But you'll be able to install them, and you have to do that first check when you put the disc in. After that, though, you shouldn't have to do it again. Whereas before, I think it was like weekly. It had to check, which is why it was always online. But they've took the backlash. It was the one downside. Like I say, the DRM isn't great. It doesn't affect majority of people. We've all got internet. We're all plugged in all the time. And me, I'm literally phasing into a digital only gamer. Like, I mean, I've been picking up games this week. Like, I picked up Rare Replay for like 150 digitally. Picked up Lego Hobbit, and I've picked up Lego Harry Potter on sale so I can get rid of the discs, because I'm sick of discs. If you've got kids, they can't keep like concentration for more than 10 minutes and they want to swap discs. So now I'm just getting it all digitally.
Yeah.
And they can. It just saves me a ton of hassle.
Am I right in saying that Xbox are going to be releasing an update that shows you which games are installed by disc and which are installed digitally?
Yes, it's in testing. It's on one of the rings. I don't know which one it is.
I've got 560 games installed, and I'm pretty sure most of those are from my old disc days. So it's like Russian roulette, whether the game is actually...
If it'll play or not.
Yeah.
I like the one where it was going to show you it was on Game Pass and everything, but I'm sure it started doing that, and now it's stopped doing that on mine.
Like, no, mine still says it's on
mine
Game Pass.
shows it.
Yeah.
Mine shows it.
So I know they've added more like menu options in the games and apps section, which I'm very grateful for. If you go on full library, it shows a bit of everything.
Yeah.
But like, I'm looking, but I'm on all games now. It says what needs to be downloaded, what needs a disc, and what's like cloud or what needs to be swapped. But it doesn't say anything about Game Pass on any of mine. In my
So you've got that update already, have you?
game.
The one that says how it's installed.
No, I haven't. No,
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I've just all mine shows on mine. It says here, like, I'm looking at my full library. I've got the cloud arrow if I can play it on cloud, even though I own it, which is nice because I can know, like, I've got all the Yakuzas. I haven't installed all of them yet, but I can literally just start playing them.
Yeah.
I've got like a little arrow saying I need to download this game. I've got nothing if I have it installed.
Oh yeah, I've got those.
Have a look.
There's meant to be one that comes that shows an icon if you need a disc to play it.
Yeah, I'm just let me have a look. See, let me see if I can find what I need.
Mine does that. There's a little CD icon in the bottom right
Oh,
corner.
are you in the preview ring?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that'll be why then. I haven't got that yet. I'm waiting for that because I really want to know what I've got installed on disc because it's taking up so much hard drive space.
My console time. Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Now 2K's been hit as well. Just seeing it online now. Earlier today, we became aware of an unauthorized third-party illegal access to credentials of one of our vendors to help disc platform that 2K uses to provide support to our customers. Fuck me, everyone's getting hit. That's crazy.
Right, so I do have gold and Game Pass things on my installed games, but not on my full library. So that's probably where I'm getting confused.
Fair dues. No worries.
There you go. Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale game. I need a disc for that, but I haven't got the update where it says I need a disc though.
Oh, okay.
But I'm sure I've had it before. I'm 100% sure it used to say it. I've got the thing where it says it's Game Pass, EA Play, Gold, etc. But it's now not showing I need a disc. I'm sure it used to show that it had like a little disc icon.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's gone. Fuck knows. Like, Xbox is just trolling me now. That's what they're doing. So
yeah,
they update their UI more than they need to. Just bloody give us more games.
I
not
quite like
UIs.
the look of the next year's. A lot of people don't like it because it takes too much of the screen, but I actually quite like it.
Yeah.
I like the current UI. I'm happy with it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'd rather have blades, but no one else wants blades. But...
Nah, dated
Bring
shit.
back the blades. I'm there with you. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
let's have a modern blades. That's all I want. Like
Right.
I saw something that did a modern blades mock. I don't know who it was on Twitter, but I saw it and I thought, looks all right. It's not as good as the blades.
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
Blades.
Everything. Blades.
We have.
Bring back the blades.
I've gone through all my notes. I've talked about everything that's in the notes. Is there anything that you guys want to talk about?
Let me go through the list that we've been putting on. Because
I had noticed, obviously with the one was talking about Call of Duty, EA actually, well, the guy that is running Battlefield actually made a comment saying if Xbox made Call of Duty exclusive, it would benefit and do tremendous things for Battlefield.
Yeah,
They
they
got
think
trounced
it'd be
by
good.
Halo last year. Like, they haven't got a fucking clue. They just...
I don't want to see Call of Duty go exclusive, and nobody else should want to see it either.
No,
it
I
wouldn't
don't.
benefit anybody.
I don't, because like you not get as many games. Then it's good when a game's multi-platform. You get games like that, like multiversus. You're always in a game. Do you know what I mean? It's great. When it's separate, it's not so good. Not in my opinion. I'd rather, like, I would be quite happy if it was multi-platform. Everyone got the same time, the same day with the same content, but maybe like Xbox, you get it on Game Pass, and like I say, maybe you get like some, like they obviously add cosmetics and shit. Give us some as a Game Pass Ultimate perk, and I'll be quite happy with that. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's all I want.
Every month since Halo was launched, the ultimate perk has been the color green, just on a different weapon or vehicle every month. That's it. It's this lime green color. It was the pistol this month. Looks very snazzy.
Yeah.
Now Bonnie Rossi's
what
not
we'll
there.
get.
You might get blue.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So once they on Call of Duty, you know all this cool stuff the PlayStation gets. We're not getting that. We're just gonna get a color, and it's gonna be cycled once a month through all the different
green.
guns.
Nice.
Honestly,
Shadow asks,
it's crazy.
Do you reckon Meta's game Metaverse is going to come to Xbox, or do you reckon it's going to be an Oculus exclusive? I would imagine that'll be an Oculus exclusive.
Who wants a meta game? No one wants a meta game. Shut up.
You'd fucking play it. You would.
wouldn't.
You'd play the shit out of it. And you'd do a review for it.
Oh, I'd do a review for it. If they're gonna sponsor it or pay me to do it, I would. Like I say, I'm quite happy to.
You're like a bad politician, you are. Easily bought and paid for.
Shill, the term is. You're quite happy to shill.
Yeah, I'm quite happy to shill. Like I say, if you want to sponsor the channel, get in touch. We'll happily have discussions, like I say. And Manscaped got me to shave my balls, I'll do it. Just let me know, do you know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't think it'll come out. I think it'll be Oculus exclusive because they want to push all that content onto Oculus. Do you know what I mean? They spent a bit of money on Oculus. And fair play, the Oculus headset, I think, is better than the PSVR, the original one. PSVR 2 sounds like it's going to be amazing. It's probably going to, like, take a kidney to pay for, but I have high hopes. It sounds like it's not going to be wired.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it'll come to anything. Maybe as a chat app. Maybe it'll interact with other things. Do you know what I mean? I think it's going to be absolutely exclusive on Oculus. But to be fair, fucking keep that shit away from Xbox. Keep that shit away from my games console. Keep it on your fucking VR porn headset, guys. Come on, keep it away. I have got a bit of news that I've got to cover. Jumping on the old Game Pass updates, we also have games leaving Game Pass at the end of this month, so on September 30th. And there's some actual good games leaving. So, AI, the Somnium Files, Astria Ascending, Dandy Ace, Dirt 4 and Dirt Rally are leaving, but they're leaving EA Play as well. Going Under, which I still haven't played, so I'm probably just going to end up buying that. Lemniscate, Slime Rancher, which is a good game, but obviously Slime Rancher 2 is coming out, so they're just phasing out the original, so you play the new one.
Those Dirt games are getting delisted, aren't they? It's not just...
Yes, they're also getting delisted, so buy them while you can. And I believe Project Cars is about to be delisted as well, Project Cars 2. So if you want to play that, buy it while it's on sale, because after that it's getting delisted. You can still use your disc, but it'll be gone, kaput.
Yeah.
Subnautica Below Zero is also leaving. That's a good game. The Procession of Cavalry. So if you're a Monty Python fan, this is a fantastic sort of point-and-click adventure game, basically.
It's bizarre.
It's amazingly bizarre, weird, funny, dark humour. But it's basically like the animated scenes in the Monty Python films with like Jesus and God and everything. Imagine that, but it's been made into a video game. That is the best way to describe it. You've also got Unsighted and Visage leaving. And it's weird Visage is leaving because it's a horror game. You think they would have saved it till after Halloween, wouldn't you? And then left. But hey, maybe next month we're getting loads of horror games. Yeah, maybe that's the case. So they're all leaving September 30th. There's a few good ones there, a few short ones as well, worth playing, like Procession of Cavalry. Couple of hours, really worth your time giving it a play.
Cool.
Turn your headphones down. That's the only thing I will say about that game.
Yeah.
Don't have your headphones up too loud, because there's a few scenes which come out of nowhere of just screaming, and there's no warning that it's coming, and it is deafening. So just turn your headphones down a little quieter than you normally would when you're playing, because it's going to hurt you if you have it turned up to your normal volume. There's no other way to describe it. It just hurts.
And
Quite an attack on the senses.
if you are going to play Metal Hellsinger and you do have Dolby Atmos, my God, I can't recommend it enough. Absolutely ear stomping. It's great. Absolutely great.
Another thing, we didn't cover the TGS last week because
no,
it was
you cracked
so. I'll just quickly run through the Xbox presentation. There was a lot announced over TGS. It was actually a decent TGS show for a change, but you'll have heard it all before. But I'll quickly run through what they announced. So obviously, Deathloop was announced. It's coming out today. Assassin's Creed Odyssey has hit Xbox Game Pass on the September 15th. Obviously, Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony and Ni no Kuni were announced day one on Game Pass as well. They showed off a new Overwatch 2 character, Kiriko. I've never played Overwatch, so I couldn't tell you if that's good or bad. Another trailer for Persona 5. Obviously, that's coming out next month. And it's always nice that it gets announced at an Xbox show when they show shit off like that. It does show that Sega and Atlas and everything are giving it an actual go. And then we had like a developer who hasn't done anything on Xbox for a long time. We've getting BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle Special Edition coming to Game Pass, and Guilty Gear Strive is also coming to Game Pass.
Nice.
And we haven't had a BlazBlue since Xbox 360 times. So it's nice that that's come back, and hopefully it leads to more from this developer in future. Both of them coming day one to Game Pass when they do get released. They showed off updates for that Udian Chronicle 100 Heroes, which is the full game of that game that's on Game Pass already. That's like the preview of it. And then they announced Pal World is coming to Xbox as well, which, if you watched us do that indie game expo a few months back where we did it like 4 hours, it's basically Pokemon with like guns is the best way to describe it. It was one of the standouts of that conference, but it's now been announced it's coming to Xbox. No announcement of multiplayer, not multiplayer, of Game Pass, but it is a multiplayer like open world survival crafting game where you collect mysterious creatures called PAL. So, but the trailer they showed at that games convention, it had like these monsters, these knockoff Pokemon, like building weapons in like a factory. It was the weirdest trailer ever, but looked really good. Fuga Melodies of Steel is now on Game Pass as well, which is a cool little RPG game. And number 2's coming in the future. And that developer's also come out and said, I was wrong for saying Game Pass doesn't work. Subscription services and gaming doesn't work. He's like, no, I have realised I am wrong. So obviously that check cleared.
I have seen the error of my ways.
Yeah, I've seen the errors of my ways, definitely.
He's the Lord.
Dyson Sphere program is coming to PC Game Pass. Launches October 13th. They showed a bit more of that Exoprimal, you know, that like Wish Transformers versus dinosaurs. It's getting released in 2023, but they showed a bit more of that off about it as well. And Naraka Blade Point got a new update. It's getting some new content.
Jenna will love that. Seeing as he's the only one who plays it.
Good game. Good game, Naraka Blade Point.
It's coming to Xbox One on December 22nd, so it was only on current gen and PC. Current gen now, innit? But it's coming to past gen Xbox One in December. And they showed off more of that Wolong Fallen Dynasty, and obviously announced that the demo is out now. Play it because you get a
helmet,
free costume or helmet or something for finishing it. And Forza Horizon is celebrating 10th anniversary. So we're getting a new Horizon sort of update, which sort of covers all sorts of stuff. So they're having like a celebration coming soon. There's a trailer online, but they're like bringing back like fan favorite music radio stations and stuff like that as well. So
nice,
loads of cool stuff. Like I say, we're like frothing at the mouth. There's so much weird stuff coming, so much variety that we've never seen on Xbox in a long time. Like I say, I've bought Ni no Kuni recently on Switch. I had it on PS3, then I bought it on Switch because I was like, well, it's never coming to Xbox. It's now come to Xbox, so I'm playing it on Xbox. and number 2's coming out next year as well, which is good. So I bought that on PS4, but I'll probably end up waiting and playing it on Xbox instead. So nice to see we're getting so much support. And they said they're on about buying more content in future.
I've just realised I've actually missed some news that was announced this week. That's announced today, to be fair. EA Motive is making a single-player Iron Man game.
Yes.
So that's really cool. Bit of a weird situation because we've just had the Disney Marvel game showcase, and you would think
headlined it.
Yeah. Like,
They had too many big games to announce. They couldn't squeeze that in.
yeah, right.
They couldn't fit it in around all that mobile.
It's literally like 2 weeks ago, and they could have announced it there. I think it would have had a much better reception there. Don't know why they've decided to announce it 2 weeks after that event, because everybody was expecting it to be announced at that event because it has been, rumored for a while. Fair enough.
What
We've
have
got a new Iron
Motive
Man game
made
coming.
though? I know they're making the Dead Space remake.
I think
they've
they're going to
done
get
nothing.
given.
They did Star Wars Squadrons.
I think they're going to
and
get given Anthem assets and told to make that an Iron Man game. That's what I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
it'll be the same. To be fair, the flying was all right.
Flying was
if you
all right.
could
The
use
flying
that,
movement was incredible. I'd be happy with that in an Iron Man game.
I enjoyed Anthem. It was a good game.
just going to re-release Anthem, but instead
With an
of
Iron
the
Man
Anthem,
skin.
it's just going to have an Iron Man skin instead. But the game is exactly the same. They've just
Take my money.
renamed everyone. That's
And because nobody
hope
played
that's the
Anthem,
case.
nobody's going to know what it is.
exactly. I'd be all over that. It'd be amazing. But they also worked on Star Wars Battlefront 2 with DICE and Criterion.
Yeah.
Maybe not something they want to advertise, but they did Squadrons. They're doing Dead Space.
The Dead Space remake looks really solid. It looks like they're actually doing a really good job on that. So I've got a bit of faith in it. I think it'll be okay.
Fingers crossed. I'm waiting until it gets a bit closer. So
How'd you make an Iron Man game
looking
though? Really, like that's the thing. How'd you make an Iron Man game? He just flies around and shoots shit. It's just what's it going to be?
Do you ever play the one on the 360?
I was just
Yeah, it
about
was
to say
awful.
that. It was a good game. It was fun.
It wasn't bad. It was one of the better tie-in ones, definitely.
Yeah. Not as good as Superman Returns. But
You and bloody Superman. But yeah, I think that's it.
He
for
didn't
news,
fly
isn't
through
it?
rings.
Is that all? The
Yeah,
news?
I think
Don't make me whip out my game.
we don't want you to see your whip out, mate.
Yeah, I don't want you to whip
No,
out
thank you.
anything. You leave that to the next show.
This is a family show.
Has anyone played Squadrons? It looks all right. I've never got round to it though. I
I've
feel like
played-
you should play
I've
it in
played
VR.
Yeah, it's a good game.
I'll tell you what, it's been really cool tonight. We've got 18 likes on the stream. Really appreciate that support. We've had some couple of people drop by that new faces like Shadowmore and Stasis Chat. I keep worrying I'm going to fuck the name up. Stasis Chat.
Awful program, Stasis Chat. Don't know if you've watched it. Very boring. That the host, there's some bald guy. Awful, no
yeah.
charisma.
Fucking dreadful show.
And there's a lot of nudity. There's a lot of nudity.
He plays that.
Why does he have whipped cream on his nipples?
He plays that. He plays that really fucking old game that nobody plays anymore. That everyone's tired of. What's it called again? Can't remember.
Halo.
Halo. No, it's not Halo.
You mean the best live service FPS game on the planet?
I
Well,
like
it's
how you
not
don't have
hard
to
when it's
say-
only, the only
It is
competition
Halo.
it has is Halo, and that's not competition, is
He
it?
has
for
to
live
say
service?
FPS now, otherwise he knows we'll mention Fortnite is better. Chuck that in.
So yeah, that's pretty much been the show for tonight, guys. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I don't know what the fuck happened there. Streamlabs seems to have little fanny farts every now and again and just goes black on me. But hey ho. So after this podcast at 10 o'clock, I believe Boldman Gamer, you are going to be doing an episode of Stasis Chat, is it? So
Yes.
make sure you
Over
tune
on
in
that.
and show those guys some love. I believe Anime Raza is going to be there, and also
He's the
Shadowmore.
host.
Shadowmore's going to be there as well.
Oh, I take back my comments about the host. Apologies. It was all aimed at BmG.
So yeah, that's been it for tonight, guys. If you could share this shit out, share it with your nan, all that fun stuff. Got more reviews coming throughout the week. Jinna's going to be streaming, assuming he's not ill or, fucking disappeared again for another 2 months. Friendly Pest is here. Good evening, buddy. Nice to see you in chat.
In fact, Friendly Pest is also on Stasis Chat
Is
this
he?
evening. as well.
Nice. So there you go.
Yeah,
then.
if you've enjoyed this show, everyone, hit that like button, hit subscribe. Means a lot to us. Like I say, we're on the way to 800 towards our 1,000 subscriber goal.
We are going to have a massive giveaway.
Yeah, we're going to start again just for you, Friendly Pest. Let's go. Let's start the show again. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this, like I say, you can watch it on demand on YouTube. It'll be on podcasting services quicker. Last week we didn't end up getting it on till today, the last week's show, but I'm going to get it up tomorrow. It's just been busy with life, but yeah, check out the channel. We've got live streams coming, we've got reviews coming, we've got reviews and like opinion and news pieces coming to the website pretty much every day. So just check it out. Like I say, every little bit helps. And like I say, if you want to save money on games and help us, check out our Aniba link down in the description. Like I say,
Can't recommend it enough.
You can get games from any region, any platform, and every time you buy something, it helps us a little bit. So
yeah.
And our Patreon exclusive video, which is a like edited version of our first RPG session, is currently up at the moment for Patreons in early access. So you can jump on Patreon and get that before it goes public in later this week for everyone.
Yeah, nice.
Is this still £1?
It is
still £1, £1
Still
a month you can pay to have access to early access to like a couple of videos a month. And just we're going to start doing some sort of questionnaires and stuff, so you can sort of vote on things as well going forward. But we're just sort of getting to that point.
Yeah,
we're going to have a drunken pre-recorded show as well, aren't we?
Are we?
Possibly, yeah, at some point.
Yeah, we'll do that. First time I heard about it.
I'll bring Mrs. Ginner along for it as well.
Oh yeah,
she's dying to get on.
Gaming with the Ginners is going to be another show that's coming to the channel in the hopefully near future. That should be a laugh. It's basically Ginner and his missus having domestic disputes online to video games, so that should be fun.
It's going to be her telling me how sad I am when I get excited about games, mostly. I can't wait.
If you want to see the
play
Ginner...
Halo with her and just tell her how great Halo is, and she can just look at you in disgust.
If you want to see the Ginner get wrecked by his missus, tune in.
You have to sit there and explain to your wife the Halo roadmap.
That's it, yeah.
Well, that'll kill 5 minutes. What am I going to do for the rest of the
time?
Yeah. What do you usually do?
That's another 5 minutes. Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for tonight, guys. We have been the Xbox Live Party Podcast UK, guys. Have a great week. Play some games. Enjoy life. And we will see you in the next video. Good evening, everyone.